Hi, welcome to another exciting episode of The Nest, where we discuss everything babies. I am your host, Gladwell Kameni. On today's episode, we're discussing choosing a nanny for your baby, part 2. In this season, there's been a lot of drama going on. I know you have also seen some of the videos going around on various platforms like Twitter, where we see a lot of drama with the nannies we have at home. Yet there are very good nannies out there, and there are very many testimonies. Today we're joined by an amazing mom, Lillian, who'll be sharing with us her journey on getting a nanny for her baby. Welcome, Lillian. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you very much for having me on this show. I feel excited. My name is Lillian Kenya. I'm a mom of one, an amazing young 2-year-old boy. Very active, energetic, all about 2-year-old. I call it terrific too.
Oh,
like
nice.
terrible too.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. So I think we'll just go quickly to when is your actually I don't know about your longest serving nanny. Tell us, when is your shortest serving nanny? What was the season period?
The shortest nanny I've had is a day.
A day?
Yes, I've had 3. Actually 3.
Oh, really?
Only for a day.
Siku ikuisha?
Siku hazikuisha. And then different kind of aspects. Like the first one, she came in and did her work well. Think that is that a day or a half? Because actually it can be a day, because she came in at 4. She was done for an interview. Then the next day I went to work normal. She was good with her work. Very elderly. Not so old, but you see that very mature. You see a mature person who has a 14-year-old. Then the next day she calls me at work, not even a call, a text, that look for someone, I'll be going.
Wow.
My cousin got me a job in a hotel. It pays this amount and I'll be working half day.
Wow.
I told her, I just said, okay. Can't you tell her to, at least since it's in between the week, are you supposed to start work the next day? Then she says, yes, I have to go. I had to accept the challenge. Luckily enough, my niece had not gone to school, because she was waiting to join college, and the campuses are not open yet. So I called her and I told her, make sure you come in the evening. She said, I have errands that I'm doing, but I'll come in the evening.
I think that's a perfect situation story, where you actually had a backup.
At least I had a backup.
Yes.
That one I can say, at least I had a backup. And that's where I say mothers are there's always somebody there who's there to support them, and God is always there for the children. So in the evening I came and I acted normal. And when she saw somebody has come, she was shocked. She said, so there's someone who's coming to take care of the baby.
I want to cut you short right there. Then you'll continue right after the break. So viewer, I know you want to hear the whole story and hear about the other 2 nannies who stayed a day only. Don't go away. Welcome back on The Nest, and today we're discussing choosing a nanny for your baby. We have an amazing guest with us, Lillian, who is just beginning to share with us her very funny story of nanny 1 who left in one day. So you were telling us that your niece came.
Yeah. She came in to at least save the situation. In the morning, she looked like she doesn't want to leave at that time. But since she had said she's going to her new job, I thought it's wise she goes to her new job very early. So I released her. I calculated for her payment.
Now what did you do? 1 divide by 30?
Yes, by 30, by that amount. And I was like my friend was saying, I paid her transport. Then I said no, she wouldn't even go with much. I left it at that. Come in the evening. Evening comes, and here I receive a text from the lady who had referred me. She tells me the lady is asking if you got a person, if you got someone to stay with the baby. The same lady. So I don't know when she went to her place of work, what had happened. But I had to be that strong woman and say, no, I have somebody that I've asked to come.
Wow. Yeah.
She'll sit in, because you didn't want to, when you're looking for a new job, you always give I think it's wise to give a notice and say, I can come this day. Just leaving somebody there. If I didn't have my niece, then I'll be...
And then again, you don't know if she's going to do the same thing again. So as humans as well, we need to cover ourselves. It's very difficult to get someone back.
Yes.
So this is Nanny 1.
This is Nanny 1. Nanny 2 came.
So wait, just hold on. Now, when
the shortest.
This is the shortest.
Yes.
Can we just probably reverse to the very first nanny you had? How long they stayed, and probably take us through the journey up until now in a summary.
Okay, in a summary, my journey, like you said, it's not been rosy. The first nanny I got, it was a referral from my friend again. She had worked for her, and then she had something to go and do home. But my friend had gotten a nanny, and she said, I can't leave this one. So could you get her? That my baby was 4 months.
Okay.
I didn't employ a nanny like the first time I had a baby.
So the first 3 months you were alone?
The first 3 months I had my cousin and my friends coming in.
Wow.
Because I had a feeling that I really don't want disappointment.
Yeah.
And then I was at home for 6 months, so I took care of my baby for 6 months. On the 4th month, that was in January, I contacted and said, oh, I need a nanny so that I can train her.
Yes,
in
before
the meantime,
going back to
before
work.
going back to
Yes.
work. So she came in January, just like on the 13th, I can't forget. She came, but she delayed to come. Now that was a telltale sign that I gave her, since I had known her. I just gave her a chance.
Yeah.
She stayed with me, but I realized she's pregnant.
Oh dear.
I didn't want to ask her. I wanted her to tell me. Because I asked her, is there anything I should know when I'm hiring you before she comes? She says, no, I'm okay.
But some of them don't know they're pregnant.
Even everything is health-wise. I said, oh, fine. So in the meantime, I saw her wearing tight clothes. They are not fitting well. So I'll give her a blouse. I'll give her a top so that she can really talk.
Yeah.
But she didn't talk. She didn't tell me anything. And I had to sit her down and ask her, is everything okay? Because also food, she'll put a lot of salt. There are things that she doesn't want to eat. There are things she wants to eat. You know that situation.
Yes.
Again, it was time for baby catching. So my friends are coming to see the baby. And those ones, you know, in your mothers, you'll realize that this girl is not okay.
Yes.
So I asked her, is everything fine? Are you pregnant? She said no. I had some diapers, they were not fitting, so I donated to someone. So that triggered her. She said, you're giving to someone. Then I said, yes, I would like to get them. Then I said, but I cannot tell the person, bring them back. That's when she opened up. So see, she stayed with me for, I mean, those are 4 months until my baby was 8 months. Then I got another nanny.
Okay.
Yes.
Nanny 2.
Nanny 2 is here.
Referral also.
Referral. I had to shift. We stayed with Nanny 2 for 3 months. The next month she eloped.
Oh.
She didn't come back after her off day on Sunday.
Oh.
And I'm supposed to go to work on Monday.
Where are her clothes?
Her clothes are in my house.
Okay.
So I told her, she sent me a text. First I saw it was 6 o'clock.
Yes.
6:05, 6:15. So I texted her, I asked her, where are you? Is everything okay? Are you okay? Where are you? Are you stuck? Why are you stuck? Then she tells me, let me come. She was a Form 4 leaver. She knows English. Let me come in the morning.
Yes.
I said, no. I'm this superstitious person that in the morning you will be in a rush.
Yeah.
Then where are you from? So I had rumors.
And then again,
that
you're my
she'll be about-
responsibility. You're living in my house. You're my responsibility.
I texted the lady who had referred me so that you can text the mother, not the mother first. Then I told her, your daughter has not come. Your friend has not come to my house, the nanny. She has not come back from off day. She said, okay, let's give her time if she said in the morning. But on the text message, the message didn't sound like hers. The next one.
All right.
Yeah, the next message didn't, the response didn't sound like her response.
Yes.
So I said, no, you can't come in the morning. I'm supposed to leave for work.
Yeah.
Anyway, I left it at that. I called in the morning. It reaches at 7. She has not come. So my baby woke up. I fed him. And then I waited for her. I called her. No one is speaking. Luckily enough, what I did, I called my cousin, because previously she was just saying, they have a creche at work. So she told me I can one day take him to the creche. So I had to call her, because we had exams. We had exams where I work, and said, this one I cannot leave. And I'm that mama who wakes up, cooks for the baby. So I was set, packed everything, and she said, you know what, since my husband is at home, let me talk to him. Then he said, no problem. I won't mind. I'm on off day. For this week, I'm around. That's how it was. She never came back. She came back after 3 days to take her clothes.
Wow.
Rumors had it she was around. It was a new place we had shifted. So within those 2 months, she had at least she had made friends. It's normal. Understood. That's Nanny 2.
Oh, really? So she didn't go to another employer. She went to a friend.
Yes, a friend.
Okay. Nanny 3.
Nanny 3 was a teacher, understand, but of course she didn't come back from off.
She was also a referral.
Yes, a referral. I work on referrals. Somebody who knows someone who can bring someone. So she didn't come back. Then after a few days, she texted me, sorry, I got a job, since she had trained as a teacher. So she says she got a job, but she apologizes because one day she might be fired. She apologizes for not coming back and rushing to go to her place of work and not referring somebody. So I got to understand.
Okay.
Yes.
Nanny 4.
A referral also, because it's a lady we had lived with when I was a young girl.
Okay.
So we were neighbors. She was working around. So the mother was a neighbor. But Nanny 4 was not all that. She was not feeding my baby well. She could leave my child in the house, go to her friend, her boyfriend.
Wow.
Later you hear I found my baby has a mark. Then she tells me he fell down. But why didn't you tell me? I knew you'll come in the evening and see it.
Oh, okay.
I think the worst mistake I did was to give her a chance, because the next time she's going to make supper, it's too watery, and she says people eat like that. The next time I don't find my utensils, she's taken them to cook somewhere. I want to make chapati. I can't find the rolling pin. I want these plates. Those little things.
Was she a day bag?
No, she was somebody who was sleeping, a live-in.
So she was carrying the dishes on the weekend?
Going to take somewhere. Not over the weekend. During the day, maybe she goes to just assist, and it happens.
Okay.
Yeah,
and she's left them there. Where is the baby when she's going?
That is the thing. You leave the baby in the house. The problem is my baby has a timetable. So you really know what time he wakes up, and he will go to sleep, and the sleeping
play around with that.
Yeah, so you play around with that time.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of things.
Which is dangerous, yeah?
It's dangerous. So the last day in the evening, and she didn't know that these holidays we get. During Easter, there is a time on Thursday you don't go to work.
Yes.
So it was not yet Good Friday, so it was a Thursday, a Holy Thursday. Didn't go to work, but I didn't tell her I'm not going. So when she said that she leave on a Saturday, she had not done anything. I found the house is just like that. Then a baby of the neighbor, just my neighbor told me, because they love children. So she could just innocently tell me, baby was just here crying.
Oh no.
So I asked her why. And asked her, why did you do that? I had paid her, so when I paid her, I think she felt like, I don't mind. So she told me, you know what? So I asked her, I just sat her down. I told her, why are you doing this? Everything, nothing is done in the house. I don't know where you are. Your nails are polished. What time was that? This place is dirty. The baby is not happy because I came in, my baby cried, just laid down and cried.
Oh dear.
So I felt he didn't spend the day.
So the baby is around how many months? 8, 9 months?
No, I think that time it was 10.
Okay.
That time was 10 months. It was 10 months. 10, 11, 10 and 10 and a half. So I told her, you've not done so. Tell me if you want to work. She said, I'm going on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm going on Saturday.
Okay.
I said, it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, I texted the sister. She says she's going on Saturday. The sister is a very reasoning person.
Yes.
She said, don't tell her anything. Tell her to go tomorrow. Their dad lives
Tomorrow
around.
Was the
following day on a Thursday.
Okay.
And I was not going to work. So I told her, tomorrow I'm not going to work. We have an off day. So she told me, just tell her to go. And I told her, I woke her up in the morning. We acted cool. Just did my work. And in the morning when she woke up,
you told her pack.
I just waited for her to do whatever she wants to do. She sat down, had breakfast. Then I told her, you know what?
You don't need
she
to
was
wait.
Shocked because she thought I'm leaving for work, but I was not leaving for work. So she waited, and I told her, you know what? Saturday is too far.
Yeah.
I think I'll release you so that you can prepare yourself and other things. If you get a job, it's okay. Since your dad is in town, you can go. Yes. So it's been that.
Okay.
Yep.
95. Please tell me you're on 95 now.
No, I'm not on 95. I'm what? I'm on 16. Yes.
So we cannot even go on this way.
No, cannot go on this way.
Wow. Okay, tell me one of the most dramatic exits.
Dramatic exit was a recent one. She left my baby in the house.
Okay.
Texted me, sorry, I'm leaving.
Okay.
Baby is asleep and I'm sorry.
Let me ask you, what are the things that you did for preparations? Like before you hire, what do you look out for?
The age. Ask you questions if you have a child. If you have a child. Also health. I do that. Number 2, if you love the baby. But at times they pretend if you have a child. I also look at if you have the interest, but the interest, you might tell me you have the interest. The first month you might pretend
because they need the money.
You may pretend, and then all of a sudden I give you 3 months, and I don't give 100%. I give 60% because I leave room for disappointment because I've been disappointed
many times.
I've been disappointed many times, so I leave room for disappointment. So I look at that, and also, but I give you a chance and room for learning. Although the ones that I gave room for learning, they ended up doing the worst.
Oh yeah.
They ended up not staying in the house. They ended up not working well, not relating with the baby, not feeding the baby. Number 2, I've taken a chance. I don't want to hire somebody who has a child who is below 3 years.
Oh yes.
Yes, they tend
That's a good decision,
to compare. Another thing, however much you come back and tell me that you'd like to come back and sorry, I don't recycle. I wouldn't want. So maybe have put that in mind. Yeah.
Okay,
I try to make sure you have that I be human to you.
Yeah.
If you do bad, then you go tenda wema nenda zako.
And that's a Christian principle. Yeah.
There's one who used to leave the baby, go and fight. Fight her friends.
You leave the fighting alone. I think there's so many stories, and I really like your very diverse experiences, because all mommies experience a lot of nanny drama. Well, very few, small percentage get lucky and get that very good person, and God sends us good people anyway. So to the moms back home, we encourage you to send us comments and stories of the nanny drama you have probably experienced. Also share with us all the wisdom that probably you have gathered along the way. We will be keen to share your feedback towards the end of the show. Please don't go away. We'll be right back after the break with the expert. Welcome back to the Nest where we discuss everything babies. Remember, we are still expecting you to send us photos of your babies and funny videos as well to be able to share and even celebrate you moms back home. Today's topic is choosing a nanny for your baby. And we have a mom here, Lillian, who got to confirm that she has had 16 nannies in 2 years. Lillian, tell us about the emotional state of your child. How has it been for your 2-year-old boy seeing different faces every, probably average, is it 1 month, every 1.5 months, someone different?
I wish I could speak for him, but I pity him at some point because he's that baby who, when you come, he relates with you. He grasps your name. There's a day he told me he named for me. He said Sylvia, Rose, Mercy, you know, all those names that month because he had gotten 4. And I feel like he remembers. He really remembers someone. He can go like the one who had stayed longer. He could remember and ask me, where is she? Yeah, where is she? And he could see someone somewhere resembling her, and she told me, look, it's her. And I'm like, my goodness, what is this? So I pity him. I know he feels like people have run away from him because he's small, he's young, so he's wondering, in life, do people come and just go? And there's one I told her, you say you cannot work. Actually, among those 16, I have 2 I can call. Okay. To help me out. Okay. Yeah, like when the recent one left him in the house, I'd call someone to check on him, and then she came. She was not feeling well, and she was on off day where she's working. So I told her, just run and check up on him. You see, I have someone who could check up on him. All right. So among the 16, there is that person who I can back up. Okay. Just hold it. We have the expert joining us. Okay. And I just want to welcome you, Esther. Sorry, just when I was in the heat of, we need your help. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Esther Kimani. I am a childcare expert and a doula, lactation specialist, and much more. And I'm happy to be here.
So we need you. We need you in this situation. And even before we go to the emotional state of the child in terms of impact, because I know you'll advise us on that, I think everyone is curious to know, how did you manage your regular job? Because you told us you're an employee, you do not have your own job. Your boss, every 4 weeks, does he believe you? How did you manage your job?
Thank God, my boss, he understands. All of them, they understand. They would say, we need to form a group for recruiting for you a nanny. We need to form the recruitment. We need to form a recruitment agency to get a nanny for you. Yeah. But he will really say, we're praying for you to get a nanny. But to the mom who's working, also he might be my boss. I might really distract him. Yes. I might cause confusion because maybe there's a time I had a meeting and somebody's leaving. If I did not have a backup day bag who tells me, you know what, this week I'm around if you want to do something, or if somebody needs some work to be done, let me know, what would I have done? And tomorrow morning there's a meeting. If I didn't have somebody who's understanding, I'll be fired. Of course. Even me, the way I feel bad when they're telling me I'm not able to come to work, they'll be fired. But I feel it distracts a lot. However much somebody will pity you, but deep within you, you feel like there's something I'm missing. I can't be saying every now and then. Until there's a day I didn't even talk. That day my nanny left my child. I couldn't leave a meeting, a presentation in between. I said, God help me. And when somebody came in to stay with him, and she told me, she just texted me, relax, we are okay. He's even showing me around the house. I sat down and said, thank you, God.
Wow, support system.
Yes, support system.
Tell me about orientation briefly. With the frequent change, how are you managing orientation for the different nannies?
It's a challenge, especially when you do not have a backup, when maybe they have gone to work, it means you have to really make sure that that person, you call the person frequently. But in the morning or at night, I just tell you, do this, do that. And I have a list. I think all mommies should put a list of of your baby's timetable.
Yes, the baby's program.
Yeah, put the baby's program on a list and a few instructions for first aid. I've printed something for first aid where I have put.
Nice.
Yes.
So you've put it up where it can be seen.
Yes, where you can see.
Yes.
Yeah, on the bedroom and in the sitting room.
Wow.
So you're able to check. I tell you, if you get stuck here, then my number have put it on the wall.
Wow.
So that in case of anything and you can't remember, you can just dial that number.
Yes.
And then always have your phone. Have a phone for the house just in case house gets
dies or whatever.
Then have somebody, also a neighbor, whom you can send. Just
check.
somebody within your area.
Yes.
Who you can send.
Yes.
Remember, there's one. We live, their estate is just next, their block is next to ours. We are just, our wall separates, but the wall is not so big. And she told me, I had your baby crying the whole day, like today and yesterday, but I could not catch you. You were very fast and you got into the bus.
Know your neighbor.
Yes, know your neighbor. Know which neighbor can take care of your child.
In case of anything.
Then make sure that at least over the weekend, you stay with the nanny. Orient her all the weekends, so it means that your plans are blocked with the frequent changes. There are things you cannot do, but always have somebody who's there to take care of your baby.
I like. So Esther, help us here. First of all, about the baby. How do you manage the emotional, because it seems a lot of factors we cannot control. How do you manage the baby's ability to just transition with the different caregivers who come in and out?
Yeah, so babies tend to take some time to form a bond with someone, and then now if that person is going again, as she says, they can get anxious, separation anxiety. They can learn to be very untrusting because they don't trust that this person, and that will influence them in future. So I like the way she says she has a backup. So sometimes if you're changing a nanny, if you have someone who is familiar during that transition period, it doesn't have to be another nanny. It can be a cousin, somebody who is familiar to the baby, so that this baby is like, even as I'm adjusting to this new person, there's a familiar face or around that will help the baby just adjust. Because if you just keep on bringing strangers, then the baby will actually be affected by that. So having that is really important. The other thing is to try and also sometimes we change because we might not be very patient sometimes with the new nannies. Of course there are those ones you're like, no, this
too much work,
too much. Also, like if a person, basically I've realized over time that you cannot have a perfect person. You'll have someone who's very good with housework, but they're horrible with a baby. Or find someone who's very fantastic with a baby, but housework. So sometimes coming with that compromise and saying, okay, maybe I like the way she says she cooks for her baby, maybe does her housework, because this person is so great with the baby, then I'll probably take, it might be a bit tough, or I can get someone who maybe comes once a week to do major housework, so that this person who is great with the baby can actually continue caring and nurturing for the baby, so that I'm not trying to have this perfect person who is perfect in both areas. So there are different ways that you can approach having this nanny work for you in essence every day. Or at least keep them for longer, especially for the sake of the baby.
So every mom out there needs to try and invest in that backup, probably day bag, who may just be integrated once in a while,
and the baby is used to them. And sometimes you'll find that, like, there's some mamas who are from the, maybe they don't mind the extra cash, and they themselves work, maybe they stay home with their babies. So like when my babies were small, I had one, and she would just come with her baby, and she got integrated. So if my nanny was away, she would come in with her baby and take care of both babies, for example. So there are ways that you can find a balance for the two, so that the baby is not left too with this stranger.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And at the same time, she's having and as she says, sometimes when somebody just leaves and says I've left, you have a person that you can call and say, please go, and or please come in, and usually those, because they're coming with their babies, they don't feel they can come with their babies and continue taking care of your own baby. Yeah.
So maybe you can probably, because I'm thinking she's been using referrals. Actually, most of the ladies she's had, I don't know whether all 16 were actually referrals. What pre-preps can you do? What background check can you do that's tighter, that can help you probably have someone who you can maybe, trace back? What are the tips?
I mean, making sure you can at least trace where they come from. ID. Do they have an ID? And then this person that is referring you, ask them, okay, you've referred me. Is there someone else I can also call? Just the same way when you're seeking employment, your new employer says, give me 3. So sometimes do 2, 3. This is somebody who's coming to take care of your child. So don't just take one referral. Ask for, even how when she comes, says, I want a previous employer, or that person who's referring you, tell them, can I also speak to someone else, maybe where she's worked before, or somebody else who actually knows this nanny. So have 2 to 3 referrals. With time, maybe finding out when this person actually comes, your instinct is also very great, and so your instinct can tell you this person. So have a conversation. It's just not how many children do you have. Ask other questions like, what would you do if this baby, those are questions people don't ask. What would you do if this baby has a fever? What like having a conversation with someone, a longer conversation, not just a phone interview. You'll actually pick out some things. You'll actually know how this person thinks. Having a conversation sometimes can let help you know. I know a certain mom who usually has, even before the nanny starts interacting with the baby, she has a trial interview. She'll tell the nanny, come one day, this is part of your interview. Do the dishes, Nini, and spend time with her. And by the end of it all, she'll know if this will be a good fit, even with her not really interacting with the baby. And so you must invest a bit of time.
So what do you do with regular, because most of us are regular employees, and we go to work every day, 8 to 5, for example, her case, and now the nanny has left. They actually sometimes wake up in the morning with you. What do you advise such a mom?
It takes a village. Have support structures around you. Talk to your neighbor. I always say, especially in where we live, where apartments, there's always a mom who is at home for one reason or the other. If you have a good structure, I really like the Nyumba Kumi
initiative, which never kind of took off.
But it's really great because it protects your baby. It makes sure that at least if there's like where I live, I probably have 3 or 4 families where I know my child will be safe, because you need to make sure that your child is left in a safe environment.
We
have the same kind of thoughts towards child care. I know everyone in that house. I don't want to leave a house where maybe my child might be abused or whatever. So I know these homes. We are like-minded. We spend time together in each other's houses. So my child is actually familiar with them. And you find that they can leave their child in my home, I can leave my child in their home, and they're safe. So that is number 1. Secondly, does not have to be maybe where you live. It can be if your parent is around. You can go drop your child at your mother's home and you go to work. Find ways, structures. Always think beyond your own little home. Who is your village? Who is that person you can leave a child? Who is that person you can call? You can also come up, get a place where there's a daycare center that you've visited. Probably leave your child there once or twice, especially the toddlers, so that the child gets used to that. So it doesn't mean you'll take them every time, but the days that you're really stuck, you can actually take your child to that daycare center and they'll be okay, because you've already gone vetted the daycare center and seen it's a place I can leave my child and my child will be okay. So that in itself broadens your so that you're also protecting your job, and also protecting your area.
You're also creating a lot of independence. I like all the things you're saying, and I like what Lillian was sharing about putting up because you mentioned about safety, putting up diagrams or information
about your child. Information about even their doctor. Like for me, I had a list of myself, somebody else, my sister or a friend they can call, in case, because sometimes they don't get you.
Can happen. It's true.
The baby's doctor, in case of an emergency.
Yes.
And then now the other things you're saying, the baby's schedule, the baby's what the foods the babies eat, their timetable, and that really helps. Even a new nanny, they can look and say, okay, this is ABCD. This is what we are doing. Even a name of a cab guy. Sometimes you can you might not be reached, so they can call a taxi who won't ask for money, and then the child can be taken to hospital, and then you come sort out things later. So there are different things that you can put up just so that the child is safe.
That's safety at home.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about safety without, because there's been a lot of talk about baby theft. I don't know, how can we curb baby theft as parents when we're leaving our babies with people we know little about?
So number one, most of us sometimes live in areas where there's security. There's maybe a security guard, or so those, again, it comes to a village. Like I really like where I live, because they have a structure where if a nanny is going out with a child, she must sign a gate pass.
Wow.
So that child cannot come out of that compound unless the nanny has a gate pass. So that already
gate pass written by
the parent, and it's usually written and signed. And then I still have to, if I'm leaving, I have to tell the gate, my nanny will come out with the child and will carry a gate pass. So that's now on a broader. So it means that neighbors have to come together and agree what are the modalities of a child. And I know it's very inconveniencing. Sometimes I want my child to go out. But for us, what we do is, if I'm far and for some reason the child needs to go out, I have to look for my neighbor, because my neighbor lives there. So I look for my neighbor, tell my neighbor, please write a gate pass for my nanny. So my nanny cannot independently take the child out. So that's one of them. The other one is making sure that this usually that's the safest, because if you're not home, or if you live in a place in your own compound, then you must have the trust issue. We're saying, you know where this nanny comes from, you know even where the village they come from. Sometimes that's where the referral comes from, that you can trace, because most of the times you see they're traced, because they go, the police will go to the ID, they'll send the chief to that person's home, and sometimes they find the child there, you know. So those are the things. Know the ID. Have an ID that actually says where that person comes from. You Google and even find out.
And you know, the funny thing is, I was thinking the other day, these people live in our space, but we do not even try to go and find out where does this person live
from. Have numbers of their next of kin, you know,
and even take interest.
Find out, you know. For me, I am unlike her. I've only had 2 nannies in my life. One stayed for 2 days, and the other one has stayed for 12 years.
Wow.
So the one that I don't have much experience, but I speak to her mother. I will speak to her, you know, have interest in her life as a person, so that you actually know where maybe she lives, where she goes to, find out about her home, you know, just sometimes having conversation. Where did you grow up? Hey, what's your next, you know, just have interest. Then if anything happens, you have a place to actually start off.
And I think one of the things, referring back to Lillian's story, that is on my mind is the issue of, even in knowing them, is knowing where they want to go, because a lot of her nannies are telling her, I got a job. So if you kind of find out if it wasn't for this job, what would you like to do, then you'd be able to know that these guys are
this person for this much, and developing them. Though my nanny has stayed for long, I think she's developed her life
Okay.
You know, she's bought a property. You develop that person so that when they leave your house, she's working towards, for her, that's the choice she's made.
Yeah.
But her life, let it be, let it have a conversation during that time.
Yes.
Because if you employ an 18-year-old, then you will ask her, do you plan to go to college? Yeah. In 2 years. So you know this person.
Yes.
We have a span of this much.
Yes.
Or can we make arrangements?
Yes.
And sometimes that helps, I think, for them to stay.
Yes.
Because you'll tell her, okay, maybe my baby is small, but maybe when my baby reaches 3 years and they're going to school, maybe even you can
go to college.
Think of college. So you go in the morning, come back. By the time the baby is also coming from school, you know,
and even advise them on how to save.
How to save?
Yeah.
You know.
Now that I'm paying you this, do you want me to put it separately for you?
Yeah, and empower them, because some of them don't know.
Yeah.
Like I remember when my nanny came and I was like, "Do you have a bank account?" She was like, "No." I was like, "Let's go open a bank account with you." And then we started doing a culture for saving. And I told her, for me, instead of you asking me for money every beginning of the year because your children need fees, so I'll help. I'll put 500 and you put 500.
Nice.
Yeah. That is my gift to you, instead of you always asking me for a loan.
Yeah.
And that was the end of it. She never once asked me, because now she saved up for January, which is usually a hard time. So she had savings. So you've empowered that person to think beyond this little job. Even though she's earning that amount, 500, then that develops them and that builds up. And I absolutely really admire my nanny. She bought a piece of land from what? From her salary.
Wow.
It's not that much.
Wow.
But she saves up. So it's because when you encourage that person to be better than when they came to your house.
And when you care about them, they also care about you.
Yes.
It's you know, I think, well, in the interest of time, Lillian, in 1 minute, look at the camera and encourage a mom out there who may be going through nanny drama.
Okay, first, the nanny I have is, I think, like your nanny right now. And she's somebody who's gone to school. She's aiming at getting a job. So you see, that one, I'm prepared.
Yes, exactly.
I'm prepared that this is somebody who's gone to college. She has to get a job. That is good. And like that one who'll come and her dreams, whatever she's talking about, her dreams just vanish somewhere. To the moms, what I always say is, never give up. You're not the only mom. I'm not the only mom who has 16 nannies. I'm sure there are more there. Have a backup. And make sure that you have a relationship with your child. The best part that I have with my son is that we spend time together. So however much, everything, he'll come and tell you. He's very young, but there are sometimes we have these conversation with the baby talks, but he's able to speak. He's coming up speaking. Have that relationship. Don't give up. God makes everything beautiful at His own time.
Amen.
You'll get a good nanny. At work, have those people that are there, and never forget, don't cry alone. Have a support system.
Yes.
From the time you're pregnant, from the time you're expectant, the time you're pregnant, the time you're getting a baby, and the time the baby is growing up.
Yes.
Make sure you have people around who support you.
Yeah.
I would say that.
Oh, that's powerful. I think that wraps it all up. Please don't go away. We are going to be back with Ask the Doula. Remember, we are still expecting your comments and feedback, and anything you'd like to tell us. Check us out on Facebook on Covenant Television Network. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Nest. We're actually wrapping up with our final segment where you ask the doula. We therefore expect you and encourage you, please, as you're there, wherever you are, at home, in a hotel, wherever you may be watching us from, whatever question you have regarding babies or any challenges you have as moms, feel free to send them through to us, and our doula will be answering all the questions. So today I have Actually, there are a list of questions from one inquisitive mom. So I'm curious to just get your help to see whether we can help her through the 3 questions. And she says, my baby is 9 months. She weighs 10 kilos and is 69 centimeters. Is my baby obese?
It depends on the birth weight.
Okay.
Yes. So ideally, the baby will double their birth weight by 6 months and triple it by 1 year.
Okay.
So thereabout.
Alright.
It's not an exact that it has to be completely double.
Okay.
So 1 or 2 kgs on top would probably be okay. So there's a lot of, we never just look at one thing. We look at the diet, what is the baby being fed.
Yes.
So it's a bit hard to tell from that question because I don't know the baby's birth weight. But if you're feeding your baby a balanced diet, your baby is breastfeeding often, I wouldn't worry too much.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so be confident. Actually, these questions come from Maggie from TRM.
Okay.
So I'll just go to the next question. She says, this same baby has no teeth. At what age should I get worried?
So teeth is actually a genetic factor. Some babies will teeth by the time they're 5 months old. Some will teeth at 18 months. So I would worry if by 18 months there's no sign of teeth. That's when you'd really worry because it could indicate some calcium deficiencies and all that. But if the baby's other milestones are good, the baby's at 10 months, the baby's possibly trying to crawl or maybe is trying to move around and they look okay, then I wouldn't worry. I'd give the baby more time. So there's still time for the teeth to come.
Okay.
Yes.
And when they come, will they come quickly now that they've delayed?
Yes, usually when they delay, they tend to come very fast. Pop.
I think what I'd encourage Maggie back home is that babies with teeth bite a lot when breastfeed.
Yes, so she's actually lucky.
Yeah, she's lucky.
Yeah.
So I'll move on to her last question. This same baby has not crawled yet, but can stand under support for at least 20 minutes and try to reach out for things and take a few steps.
Yeah.
Do some babies jump the crawling stage?
Yes.
She actually moves via her stomach backwards.
That is very true. Some babies just don't crawl.
Alright.
Or they first walk and then they realize, oh, I can crawl. So as long as the baby is having some mobility, they are moving. Like she says, the baby is standing, the baby is standing with support, trying to take a few steps, moving, crawling with their tummy. Your baby is fine.
But then how late is too late for walking?
Again, around 18 months, then which is around 1.5 years.
All right.
Then if the baby is not showing any signs of mobility, then we are in trouble. But some babies will, it's such a broad, some babies will walk early, some will wait until that 18 months. And even at 18 months, if the baby is seemingly moving around with things, some babies are just afraid. They're very afraid of falling. Yeah. So it just depends. But your baby sounds like at 10 months, they're actually within a normal range of movement, so that's good.
Okay.
Yes.
So Maggie, you shouldn't worry back home. I think you must be satisfied with Esther's answers. If not, please keep all the questions coming in. It is unfortunate and sad that it's time up for the nest and we have to go. Before we go, I'd like to thank all the guys behind the camera. I'd like to thank Eastlands Hotel for having us. I'd like to thank Esther, Abdullah. Thank you so much, Lillian, for your time and your encouragement. It's amazing. And for you, mom, back there at home or wherever, we are here for you only. Remember that you're the best mom for your baby. I am your host, Gladwell Kameni. See you next time.